Is fasted cardio actually going to speed up your fat loss? Or is it just something that is a myth? Things that fitness world actually wants to sell you something. In this video, we are going to debunk whether should you do fasted cardio, and there's pros and cons. By at the end of this video, you will know exactly what you need or whether do you need it, and you will know that what would actually move the needle for your fat loss progress. Alright, so for the short answer is, if you're just a normal people who work 9 to 5 and you just want to lose weight and you just want to lose some fat just to get a little bit healthier, I think fasted cardio is not that important when it comes to lose fat for you. Think about fasted cardio is just like a cherry on top of the cake. If you work out or exercise in a fasted state, it just means that your body prefers to burn more body fat as a fuel. Whereas if you eat just right after your meals and you go to work out, your body just tends to burn a lot more glycogen, which means aka carbohydrates. First, we gotta understand that the real driver for fat loss is calorie deficit. Nothing else comes before this. So say, for example, if you only know about fasted cardio, but you don't know about calorie tracking, and you don't even know about are you eating in a calorie surplus, answer is you are not going to lose fat because you don't even know how much calories you're eating and you don't even know how to track. And what I'm trying to say is, if you overeat your calories, it really doesn't matter what sort of gimmick in terms of fasted cardio or doing HIIT in the morning or do an interval runs on an empty stomach in the morning. You can drink as much apple cider vinegar as you want, but if you are not in a calorie deficit, just remember guys, you are not going to lose weight. And of course, calorie deficit doesn't mean that you should only cut from your food. It could be also comes with increasing your activity levels from your workouts and do some cardio. And that would be leave for another conversation. But today we are just going to talk about is should you do fasted cardio to lose weight? The short answer is, if you don't even know how much calories you should eat and you don't even know how to track, the first thing is do not worry about fasted cardio. You can do cardio whatever timing that it fits you. Just go and learn how to track calories, because tracking calories is just like learning to know what are the parameters on how much food you should eat so that you can see results and lose weight. Of course, if you want to lose weight, you should lose majority of the weight from fat. And there's a way of doing it properly, not just by hours and hours of cardio. And if you want to get the body that you want, for example, like getting lean, more muscle definition, not looking like a sack of bag, and most importantly, just reduce the belly fat, first thing is you should do weight training and cardio together. In general answer, I would just suggest that most people should work out 3 times to 4 times in a week as weight training. And cardio, just do whatever you like, but I would just like to set a standard where if anyone can, if you should actually hit about 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. That is just a benchmark of your activity levels. It's just some sort of activity that you can measure, and I would say approximately depends on person to person. Usually if you can walk 8,000 to 10,000 steps in a day, you probably burn extra 400 to 500 calories extra, which is first thing is very beneficial to speed up your metabolism, and it is something that you can actually measure on. You already know that if you are walking 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day, you are definitely going to burn this much of calories. And plus, if you actually track your calories, it's a lot more easier to actually manage your calorie budget so that you know that what sort of numbers that you actually need to hit and what sort of range that you need to eat, so that you will know that you are actually heading to the right direction. Now, moving forward, personally, I do think that fasted cardio has its own place. However, fasted cardio can be only amplified if you did the basic right. For example, if you're in a calorie deficit, then you will actually see some perks. When is it fasted cardio actually makes sense? Here's my reason on why I love fasted cardio. I would treat fasted cardio as just my own meditation. So when I wake up, first thing I would just drink some salt and water and some lime. It's just some electrolytes. Hit on my walking pad. So at home, I do have a walking pad for myself. So I would just do a fasted cardio for 30 minutes. And the things that I really like about fasted cardio is I treat that as a meditation. So just focusing on walking and think about nothing, or subconsciously I could actually keep walking and thinking about how I should plan my day. And I would say it's just more for the mental clarity side of things, where how you want to look at. So this is why I say that treat fasted cardio as a meditation where I can quiet my mind and also quietly plan my day. Second thing, that what I like about fasted cardio, I realized that fasted cardio actually regulates my appetite. So what I mean is that Some of the days that if I don't do fasted cardio, I tend to think about food often. But some of the days that if I do fasted cardio, on that particular day, I don't really think about food most of the time. And I do believe that the more you walk, I tend to have lesser food noise throughout the day, which is a good idea to start your day to actually reduce the food noise in your head so that when you're actually losing weight, the lesser food noise that you have in your head is just gonna make the fat loss a lot more easier for you. The third thing I would say, it's fasted cardio. It's somewhat a habit builder, but it really depends on your life situation. Don't really have to follow my footsteps, but this is what I've been observed where people who actually wake up and do fasted cardio, they actually tend to be easy to build a very healthy habit for themselves. Because the first thing when you wake up, and it's not really so much for health purpose, it's more for you start the day with a mental clarity on how you should plan your day, and it actually helps you to get more things done when you pre-plan your day. And I think that this is actually quite suitable for people who are actually high performers, or you are some sort of CEO or business person, or you are goal oriented. If you're an overall high performer, 90% I would say that fasted cardio is actually going to be beneficial for you because you just stay quiet by yourself, and it's some sort of like a meditation where you focus quietly thinking about how you should plan your day and how you should organize your day. And I think this is one of the best thing that I've been noticed when I actually start to do fasted cardio, which is I just enjoy loving the quiet mornings and just quietly thinking about how should I organize my day. And of course, the bonus point for doing fasted cardio is it's gonna be improving your insulin sensitivity. So why actually insulin sensitivity is a very beneficial for people who wants to build more muscle and lose more fat. When your body is in an insulin sensitivity state, your body would tend to partition nutrition very well. What that means is if you are in a state where actually quite obese and you have a lot more body fat on your body, if you actually overeat in a surplus, most of the carbohydrates would be easily stored in fat cells. In long term, if you are suffering in an insulin resistance, you are easy tend to have diabetic, high blood sugar, gout, and so on. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are actually obese and you're constantly gaining weight, you are probably in a very bad spot for your health, especially you are going to be in an insulin resistance. And if you are in that state, the first thing you should do is just count your calories and be in a calorie deficit so that, and once you are in a calorie deficit and you started to lose weight and lose fat, you are naturally going to be insulin sensitivity. And if you're topping up with fasted cardio, it's going to give you extra health benefits where it's going to help your body to partition nutrition well, and it's going to send the carbs into the right place where to your muscles so that your muscles will look fuller and you look leaner. And of course, you are actually insulin sensitive. You just have a lot more energy and you don't crash easily throughout the day. And just remember, fasted cardio benefit would only amplify if you are already in a calorie deficit. So in conclusion, you have to treat fasted cardio as a cherry on top of the cake. And what is the cake? The cake is, if you want to lose weight, you have to put yourself in a calorie deficit with structured meals and with a structured resistance training, either weight training, body weight training. The key point is to build some muscle so that you look defined, look tight, and you look more definition on your body. Now, if you want my help to put that all together for you, the link is in the description. I work one-on-one with busy professionals, with people who are serious about getting this done properly. Check out my channel and Instagram, subscribe if you want more no BS fitness content just like this, and I'll see you next time.